Yo, testing. Yo, test it then. It's me, Madness KMA, and I'm back once again for Mad React Series. Mad React Series episode 6. Keeping up that consistency right here at Pirate Chronicles Series. Do like, subscribe, and share. Listen, maximum respects to all those that's been commenting, being the first ones to do it. I swear, I said it in one of the comments on one of the posts. The first 10 comments, somebody could have a chance to win £1.37. It's all good. What's wrong with that? But listen, here we go. Mad React Series, episode 6, and I've got a jungle drum and bass entry. I'm going into a tape pack from, let's see, from the 90s with Desert Storm. Recorded the live audio from back then. Astoria, it could have been one of those venues, I'm not sure. Do like, subscribe, and share to all of the content that we got on here. I'm putting out test pilot episodes, so that's why they're short before we go for the full episodes, to try to build up that fan base and those core members that are going to be rolling with us right here on YouTube. So all the socials are down below. And you can follow me on there, DJ Madness Official on Instagram. And of course, Pirate Chronicles Series also on IG. Madness KMA across the board on all the other social platforms. MADDNESSKMA. YouTube, which is Pirate Chronicles Series, is what we're pushing. All the angles, podcasts, reaction videos, pranks, as you have seen as well. Big up those that have seen that. Link down below to the dad prank, which was me. Obviously, I'm the dad, I'm the father. So my son, Big J, pranked me right here in the studio, and it was caught on camera.
My lips are dry, man.
We have it here on the Mixcloud. Desert Storm Live, various DJs and MCs, 1994. Jungle DMB Classics was one of those events. Now, I know they used to have extra sound system with them when they were putting on events. It could be in the same venues that frequented with other promoters, but the standard in-house sound system weren't cutting it for Jarvis and Desert Storm lot. They had to infuse SAXON sound system, extra heavyweight for their events. So you can only imagine how heavyweight that was, man. Let's get into this right about now, because Desert Storm was one of the heavyweight events for jungle. Then comes the drum and bass. The DJs, MCs, listen, they got sections here from the real veterans in the game. Let's go with this.
Listen. Wait for it. Listen. Mixing in town to mix, minimum mixing crest. DJ Brockie jungle it. Hey, Brockie, the original wheel. The message for 94.
You can hear it
I don't
already.
want to be nobody's accident.
Wow.
Coming in Brockie from
The
the very
intro.
top.
DJ Brockie MC
my
Det,
God.
man. One of the
much
best
can you
outfits,
take?
the longer lasting outfits that's got through the
Outside
testament of
bass.
time, a jungle drum and bass.
Listen.
Brockie, big up Brockie
Listen.
MC Det. Family tree, yes man.
Listen.
Big up brothers in the business.
Mixing in town to mix, minimum mixing crest. DJ Brockie jungle it. Move to the beat like this. Mixing in town to mix, minimum mixing crest. DJ Brockie jungle it. Move to the beat like this. I wanna be no more. Step cross, rock out.
You can just always get into a vibe and energy with them man there. If they step up on stage, you know that it's jungle royalty. Hold some respect when you chat about them mans. Brockie and Det.
25 a lick.
You know, when there was a breakdown, 5-0 was your
public
guy.
service address for you.
The voice. Original host and
Again,
toaster
listen up
from
to all crowd of people
Them
out
Time
For those of you on
Foundation.
the escort.
You couldn't big up MCs in jungle drum and bass without bigging up man like Moose and 5-0 first.
And for those of you who have an escort. An escort estate. Registration. J583 YWB. The
Remember
owner
them
of the
ones?
escort, it will be removed by the Metropolitan Police. And it's an escort, estate blue. Registration number J583 YWB. That car will be removed by
Five's
the
the
Metropolitan
original
Police.
presenter, man, you know, in a
Now
dance.
get it on the move.
Original host, man.
And do not forget the champagne, the star and the bar.
Yo, Fives, if you're out there, hit me up, man.
DJ run. A-Type Fergie. Respect, concrete. Easy.
Let me stick a pin with that one, right? And listen, new feature coming up as well on the channel that I'm going to be doing and going behind the scenes even further. I know a lot of podcasters are doing it. Big up those out there that's doing it with the interviews and behind the scenes. But the kind of guests that I've always got...
That's some bullshit. My people's skills are way better than yours, nigga.
On my radio shows back in the day was forbidden fruit of guests where, and certain artists that I got from overseas, they came into the country exclusively and they done my show exclusive. Over the years, this happened, man. I broke boundaries with so many guests and I was so proud of those moves that I made with joining the dots with certain guests. You won't even know. I mean, there's so much that I've provided a platform for to help people bust back in the industry. Would they give you a shout and say, yo, manners and respect, if it weren't for my guy, then, you know, is what it is. Do you look for validation from other people? We used to, because that's what the music game's about, right? Social media and all the rest of it is taken over, so the DJ becomes more reliant on likes and validation from other people to say that you're something in the music industry. That's how it goes, right? But anyway, we're going back to the roots on that side of things on Pirate Radio, and I'm bringing those interviews coming forward. Now, the type of guest that I have is next level. Garage, jungle, drum and bass, key members, entertainers, that sort of a thing. I believe that I've got that skill set from the radio days, and it's what I always did. The guests, some of them you ain't even ever seen before do an interview. Full stop. From the garage industry, I've got some key element members to tell their behind the scenes stories, presented by myself, Madness KMA, another venture that I'm going to be doing on the channel Pirate Chronicles. All that's happened over the years, whether it be true or not, with certain members in the industry, I'd like to know the true stories myself. And some people just wouldn't even want to touch certain stories and say, well, let's find out the story. Let's find out the truth about it. Who really cares? Or certain people got labelled, certain people got cancelled. In those days as well, from the 90s, 2000s, people did get cancelled and you got blacklisted. I was one of them. I got blacklisted. I told that story in Pirate Chronicles, one of the episodes, being blackballed. Check that out. Yo, big up the Arms House crew, that's my brethren, Lenny D. Ice. Original Mad Ice, you go way back, that's my boy, man, a long time, man. Love in the heart, family from far, you know that.
We don't rap up, we don't skin up, we don't play.
Big up MC Moose.
White friend.
Yes, no we no rap up, we no skin up. Hey, hey, Darren J. Reload, 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 reload. Yes,
get raw.
Well, if a rubber dub you want, then a jungle you're gonna get. Come with it, Darren J.
See, them mans came from a style of dancehall energy, right? So their dancehall performances was that. If you had Navigator and a combination with the Ragga Twins, big them up every time. That's my big brothers in the business. Big up Navi, Flinty and Demon Rockers. When them man performed as a trio, it was next level again, man, because when you're doing your jungle skanks and your moves in the dance hall and you're moving around with all your brethren and you're all happy to be inside that rave, and some people's on the pharmaceuticals, some people's doing this, some people's drinking alcohol, a lot of people, you know what I mean, and they're in the groove, in the mix, right? But then you hear them man on stage and the performances, that was real energy, man, and it was like authentic of the time. That is it, 1994. You know what I mean? Let's get back into this again.
Think with it done.
Navigator.
Remember, we're just starting. The fun has just begun. And do not forget, the arches, the after party. For those
after party, you know, arches.
So be on the lookout for the compliments.
For those that know, later on, it was the Hidden Nightclub in South London. Big up the South London crew. Leave in the comments below how many times you went to one of those venues situated around there. 9 Elms Lane was up the road, Club Coliseum. Who used to go there? Who used to go to the area nightclub? Who went to the Hidden nightclub when it was Arches before that? You know, drop the comments down below and let us know some of your favourite times in South London, because they had some awesome venues over there and the crowds were immense, man. Some hard energy.
Hey, hey, we said nothing away. You're rocking and you're moving with the boss DJ. Yes, time to rock out and we don't play.
Show me sweat, nice to swim me
real sticker pin. Listen, Navigator is another one, a very underrated MC, right? And over the years, when we saw them as the youngers, and they're our big brothers in the music industry, right, and they're playing out, and before you're getting guest lists to go everywhere, you're paying to go to these venues, Roller Express, all these places. We paid to go there, right, and watch our favourite artists. We was fans of their talent from back then. In North London, we used to see their mans driving around, so we used to idolise their mans Det. We see them on road, it was like, rah, we was in awe of them guys. So when we went out to the clubs, and even still remaining as a DJ, getting more popular and more famous, I still hold high respect for them, man, every time. And then when I joined in 2011 on Cool London, big up the Cool FM crew, original foundation, original. I really highly respect those mans. And even up today, if I'm doing certain things of promo, the man will help support, you know. Navi's another one. He will even give you encouragement, and he will help to push you and those sort of things. To, if you ask and say, yo, I'm just putting this, could you share it for me? Yeah, man, he'll do it right up for you and things. So respect for that, man. Ragga Twins, another one. Concrete respect for the brothers, them. Concrete respect, you heard me. Do you know, back then as well, there was tracks made for those events. I've said it so many times. That's why I did it in Garage from 94. Do you know what I mean? I had to change my pattern because it was like everyone's going to play the same 4/4. Or if you wanted to be the alternatives and play the B-side and drop a dub version or whatever, that was fine as well, because you could, you know, experiment and play the different version mixes to execute a mix to excite the crowd differently. But I had to have those dubs, man. Dubs was important because it set you a precedence. And when you come from the jungle era, so you know how their man had atmospheric sounds in their tunes that would set everybody on fire, and everyone's on a vibe, on a certain type of euphoria that can only be experienced at that time, because you could play those tunes today and it will not stand a chance to the levels of emotions you would experience back then in 94. Those lyrics, you just know them. You know them. If you're a junglist, you know them. Do you know what I mean? The sounds are synonymous with jungle, drum and bass. Big up all those that I've came across. Why for that? Big up all the members that I've met along the way. I tell you, going through radio was my key elements to meeting a lot of people, because they would respect what I do. Or even when I got on Cool, and certain man would say, we respect what you do because I brought a different element to presentation from a presenter. The show was produced a certain way, you know, where they were used to a lot of the pirate radio format. So they kept with that formula, which nothing wrong with it. I came along and did just what I do, right? So I broke down the hours, and I brought down guests, and I brought flavours. But to meet some of these guys along the way, I send maximum respects to, man, because it's on my journey. It means something to me. Go check out all the rest of the channel pilots, and do check out that dad prank as well on me. Unfortunately, I did get pranked. But anyway, leave your comments below are some of your favourite jungle drum and bass events from the 90s, talking about 1994 in particular. Was you there at that Desert Storm? What venue was that? Did you used to go raving at Roller Express, Astoria, Laserdrome, all these kind of places? Do let me know. Telepathy, all the different promotions, Desert Storm included. And that was today's review on Mad React series. Join me next week. Every Wednesday we drop the bangers right here. Anyway, more music coming your way. I thought I was on radio again.